What's up, everyone? We are here on End Pixel Factions. This is a brand new project that I'm getting introduced with, and okay, yeah, we're on factions. Like, what the heck, factions? Nobody's heard of this in like 5 years on Minecraft. This, though, is literally going to be probably the upcoming of Minecraft factions because we are playing on the newer versions. The server will be, I think it's 1.17 to the latest Minecraft version. But the interesting thing is, it's still 1.8 PvP. So we're still playing like the old OG factions with the PvP style, but we have all of the cool newer blocks and items. Like, look at this. We have netherite swords. And on top of that, there are custom texture packs on the server with cool custom mobs and stuff. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the faction server is actually releasing on January 12th, which is in 2 days, this weekend at 2 p.m. EST. What I recommend you doing is joining the server Discord, which is in the description, because you will be able to actually like see your exact time zone. But other than that, the IP's up on the screen, play.endpixel.net, and I'm going to be recording on here with I think like 10 other YouTubers, and the owner is actually a really big factions YouTuber, so definitely come check that out. But I want to let all of you know is if you don't play factions or you've never played it before, I would highly recommend just trying it out because this is more of like a vanilla experience. The cannoning isn't super extreme. If you aren't into Minecraft raiding at all, you use like these big cannon systems to basically blow up people's bases. And the actual competitiveness is very casual. Like, we're not going for a super competitive server because we want people to have fun and just be able to grind. So there's a lot of grinding aspects, which I'll show you all in a minute. But I guess, yeah, I mean, let's just get started. So the very first thing is what I always loved about factions was the MCMMO or our /skills. Now, we have mining, woodcutting, excavation, herbalism, fishing, alchemy, which I heard that the alchemy is very interesting because you can craft a lot of custom potions, acrobatics, repair, salvage, and smelting. With 10 different skills, we have a lot of things we can grind, and how these skills work is the more you grind, just the more powerful you become. If you grind your alchemy, you can literally brew the most overpowered potions and have a crazy advantage over other players. Skills are a very key feature to the game mode. I will definitely be grinding one of these. I think one of my favorites that I always grinded was acrobatics. This is where you could keep dropping and taking fall damage, and that'll just level up your acrobatics, and eventually you will take no fall damage. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous, but of course we also have some crates on the server. This is kind of just going with every server, but the cool thing about this, every single crate key has a bunch of custom commands you can win, such as /eats and /player time, which you can change your time only for yourself. That's actually pretty cool. And the next thing on the list is I have to run over, I believe it's in this direction, is the armory area. Now, the cool thing here is I'm going to access this kit shop. What you can do is buy these pre-made kits for money. So I can actually buy a full netherite kit with a bunch of tools, swords, weapons for $200,000. And then I can actually buy a diamond kit for $100,000. But what's interesting is the firework rockets. On this game mode, you don't even need an elytra. I can literally just fly without an elytra, which makes the gameplay very interesting. This will be very easy for traveling, and it'll be definitely interesting to see with combat. But another thing is the armory specialist. If we talk to this guy here, there are these god armor sets. There's also a very overpowered crossbow, and then this axe and the sword. But after taking a look at that armor, I want to fly over to the enchanting. One of the biggest things is custom enchantments on factions. So if we talk to the enchanter here, we get enchantments by purchasing this enchant satchel, which costs 20,000 EXP. And how this works is when I open it up, I have a choice between 4 different crystals. All of these are just commons. This one right here is actually a rare. As you can see, it's blue, and then these ones are white. So typically we are going to want to be getting the best rarity possible, but this crystal is called a Nano Charge 2. Nano Charge has a chance of 40% to absorb someone's experience when you're attacking them. I'm just gonna pick the rare one, and then with this we have a 70% destruction rate. This means there's a 70% chance it will fully destroy my tool. That is obviously not ideal, and what we can do is actually get these different armor cores, which will allow us to add more enchants to our tools. There's also a couple of these items like a block tracker, which tracks how many blocks you break, a mob kill tracker, player kill tracker. This one is called Black Scroll, and this has a 75% chance to take an enchantment off of your tool. tool. Protection scroll prevents an item from being destroyed due to a failed enchantment. This is what we want to actually get. You can also buy some firework rockets, shulker boxes, and then potions. And you can actually use EXP to buy crickeys, which is quite interesting. But what I want to show you is the protection scroll, of course. If we apply this to our tool, this has a 70% destruction rate, which it actually didn't apply, but it didn't break our tool. I'm gonna actually open up another one of these. I'll just grab, we want to find a tools one. So yeah, I'll just get Swift Stride. Hopefully this works, and it broke. Okay, well, yeah, hopefully you all get the point. You apply enchantments to your tools, and you get custom enchantments, and they all have different abilities. By the way, there are literally so many different enchantments. I think there's something like 30 of them, so there's so many different things to grind and collect. Now, another little thing is I have this bounty bag, and it's a tier 2 bounty bag, which I gained this from killing the Blossom boss. And there's all these different bosses you can fight, which will give you different types of loot boxes and bags and all that stuff. So if I do open that up, it gave me a ton of different things, like some blaze spawners, some magic shrooms, which if I put this in my offhand and I press F, it'll activate my extra health ability. It does have a 5-minute cooldown though, but yeah. And then we have these leaf, which are quest items, which I probably should have mentioned. There are a ton of slash quests on the server. There's a whole quest line, and they will reward you with a bunch of different monies and experience and even faction power. Now, something which is quite interesting is I want to show you the Warzone, and I want to show you some of these gadgets. So we are going to fly up into the Warzone, and we'll just plop down in this area. So as you see, look at this. There are these custom, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But look at this. There are all these custom mobs, and they have these different abilities. This is so freaking sick. Oh my god. I'm going to get out of there, but there's all these different zones on the mountain that have those custom mobs with special loot pools. I would recommend when you get geared enough, well actually I don't have any armor, so that's probably why I'm dying. But when you do get geared enough on the server, I would highly recommend grinding out the different bosses and mobs, because yeah, you can get some really crazy custom items. Now, I'm gonna actually open up my armor menu, and I'm just going to select the Visor God armor set, just because, you know, I want to have something to protect me. Now, look at all these different effects this admin armor set has. It has physical damage by 10%. This one increases your hearts by 4. This is increased physical damage by 10%. And this one is permanent speed 3 with another increased physical damage by 5%. These are like super rare armor sets, and I just wanted to show it off because it's kind of cool. So with the Meteor Strike, wherever we're looking and then I right click, it'll activate that gadget, and then there's this giant meteor explosion that flows in. If someone got hit by that Meteor Strike, you could probably assume that they are dead. Something that is very small but quite cool is, if you don't remember, or if you're not an OG Factions player, but there was always a bidding system in the chat where you would put an item up for auction and then people would just bid war for it. There's a couple more things that I do want to show you, like our slash dailies, and you can claim all of your daily rewards depending on what rank you have on the server. Now, the marketplace is a big GUI like this, and there are a ton of these different materials you can buy, and you can pretty much just buy anything in the game. Of course, a big meta will be to, you know, use our spawners, grind them out, and then sell the drops for lots of money. Other than that though, that is pretty much all of the base features of the game mode, and there's a lot more, couple in-depth things you can look into, but I don't want to spoil everything. Okay, the server's releasing soon. We're gonna have a lot of videos on here. I'm really excited to get started, but yeah, a lot more videos on here soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.